ready to go stealth camping with the stealth camp. But before I go, just fueling up with some steak. We're going to have some Tabasco sauce on those steaks, and then we'll be ready to go. Owl. Sorry, it's not an owl, it's a cat. Thought it was an owl just laying in a tree, it's a cat. Right guys, so we're out for another stealth camp at a place called Welcome to Lineker Reservoirs. This is where we're going to be doing our stealth camp tonight. As you can see, it's 3 big lakes, and we're going to be testing out the nightcat hammock tent, but this time we're going to be using it in tent mode. I've seen lots of people using it in the hammock configuration, but this particular hammock you can put it on the floor and use it as a bivvy tent if you like. So we'll be testing that out tonight and see what that's like inside. So I'll bring you back when we're getting to a spot. Alright, I've had to turn my lights off because this is our first test. There's a car park I've got to go past. You can hear a car revving its engine. We're getting into the woods. Could come down here and turn around. Let's go. This place up here is known for its dogging as well. If you don't know what dogging is, look it up on the internet. I warn you, you might not like what you see. Shit. Just see him in the woods there. Yeah, they've gone. That's the only farm for about 2 or 3 miles. It's right over there on the horizon. I've got to where I'm thinking about camping. The thing is, I was expecting the ground to be a lot softer than it actually is. It's compacted clay and it's really, really tough. I don't think I'm going to get my tent pegs into it. So I might have to rethink and head to a place where it is a bit grassy. But yeah, that's the farm, that's how far away it is. This is tonight's setup. Got the tarp over the top. That's the nightcat in tent mode, nightcat hammock in tent mode. Got to give you my impressions about it in the morning. Just showing you how cramped it is inside the tent. That's literally the roof there, and my face is touching it.
so I wouldn't recommend this to anybody. I think it's because I'm using a really thick sleeping mat. I think if you're going to sleep in this as a bivvy tent, you're going to need one of those foam mats and not use an air mattress. Otherwise, you're going to be struggling. Once you're in it, and you can't manoeuvre. You can't do anything, really. So this is it in night vision. You can see a bit better now. That's laid flat on the floor. The nightcat hammock tent in bivvy tent mode. As you can see, there's not a lot of room in there from the ground, which is there, to the top of the tent, which is there. You've literally got to slide yourself into it and manoeuvre around inside it to get in. That's it.
Like that so you can see it.
That's it. The camouflage is pretty good on it, actually. I do like the camouflage because it does blend into the background. This is why I've had to get up early. It's about, I'm not sure what time it is. It is, look at my watch. I'll try and look at my watch. Let's see what time it is. Get out of the way. Probably give me a seasickness now, guys, but it is. It's 4 in the morning, as you can see from my watch. But yeah, the reason I had to get up so early is because literally here, this is the path. You can see it going down that way. That's the path, and I'm there, as you can see. I was originally going to go on the other side of the bank, as I was saying, but the ground was absolutely like concrete, so I couldn't go there. I tried to go up further up there, and I just couldn't find anyway. So my feet were starting to hurt, and I just thought, you know what, sod it. This looks like a pretty secluded place. I'm at the third reservoir, which is the furthest away from any dog walkers, and it will take them some time to get up here. So yeah, decided on this spot here, right next to a picnic table and some chairs, which is handy. Now I don't know what I'm going to do. I was going to have a hot chocolate, but I don't know if you can see this. Can you see the mist coming down? It's weird. It's very misty. It's very humid. It's, to be honest with you, it's strange for this time of year. But as always, usually what happens, it'll get to it's about 10 degrees at the minute. It'll get to about mid-November, and then all of a sudden the temperature will just drop, and it will go freezing. It's like it'll start off really warm, and then in the night, wolf, temperatures will just plummet rapidly. Well, that's what it's like in England. The weather is very unpredictable, and we have a saying over here. You know, we don't look at weather channels and weather apps. But there's a saying we have that if you want to know what the weather is, just look out the window, and that's basically it. You know. Right, I'll bring you back in a bit when I've decided what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, if you're wondering what backpack I bought the British Army replica backpack. This isn't the full Bergen. I think this is like a patrol pack. This one. It's similar. This is the similar one to the one I was issued in Iraq. It's not exactly the same as it, but it's damn close. This is from a company called Combat UK. And it's really light. It's lighter than the Vango that I've got. I definitely noticed that tonight, that the difference in weight with the backpacks. And I thought this one would be the heavy one, and it's not. Definitely not. And I've got all my stuff in. As you can see, it's got two massive side pockets on the side there. Yeah, I can show us how big it is. That's a 2.5 litre bottle of water, and you can see how big that pocket is. I get all my stuff in there. My sleeping bag's in the main compartment. I'll put my sleeping mat and all the sleeping stuff will go in that main compartment. and then all the other sundries will just go in the pockets and the top pocket on top. All this stuff here that I've got out that I've got to put away. So there's a reason why I came out tonight, and it's a pretty important reason, because I did ask somebody else to join me on this camp tonight, and his name is Rob, and he's from a channel called Over the Hill Outdoors. And the funny thing is, Rob is the first person that recognised me off of YouTube in real life. He came into my place of work, it must have been about, what, 6 months ago now. And yeah, after that, I looked him up on YouTube and started commenting on his videos. He started commenting on my videos. And, you know, we sort of thing. I wouldn't say I knew Rob really well, but, you know, it's one of those things where you don't realise there's other YouTubers in the same town as you, sort of thing. And I think eventually we would have done a camp out together somewhere. Anyway, I'm digressing a little bit. So the second time I saw him was tonight, coming out on this camp again. And the funny thing is, I was supposed to do this camp last night, but I decided not to do it last night because something came up. So I think it was just fate. I was meant to see him on that path. Well, it'll be last night now. Last night. No. Anyway, the reason I'm saying this is that Rob, and he's all right with me saying this because he's already put a video out on his own channel saying the reason he didn't come on this camp with me is because he said, "Oh, I'd love to, mate." He says, "But I've got some health conditions." So I was like, thinking, I just thought he's probably just got the, you know, sickness bug that's been going round, sort of thing. And then he said, you know, I've got a video coming out about it. So I thought, all right, that sounds a bit more serious. And then I watched his video, and he went on to tell his subscribers, including myself, that he'd got liver cancer and lung cancer. And that really hit home. I mean, I don't know Rob that well, but that really hit home. And, you know, it just inspired me to come out and do the camp tonight. And I want to dedicate this video to Rob, and, you know, I hope the fight goes well, mate. I hope you conquer this bloody awful disease, and, you know, you come out of it on the other end smiling and laughing at it. I really, really hope you do, mate. I really hope you beat it. Anyway, I would have said this even if I hadn't seen that video, but Rob is criminally undersubscribed on YouTube. It's the algorithm. It's the same fate that I've got. It's that if you're the casual uploader, then YouTube just doesn't promote your videos. It's as simple as that. You've got to be regularly uploading videos for YouTube's algorithm to promote your stuff. And some of us just can't do that because we work, we've got families and stuff like that. And it's not a job, it's a hobby. And that's what YouTube used to be about. It used to be about, you know, people sharing their adventures and their hobbies. And now it's become more commercialised and stuff. It's mainly the people that make it a living that get promoted and stuff like that. So smaller channels like mine and Rob, we don't get a look in, really. But yeah, go subscribe to his channel. He does amazing content. And the reason I watch Rob is because he's not one of these sort of people that just goes the same place every week. Every video is an adventure. He goes out, he's walking there, and he's out in places. That's the sort of content I like watching. I like people that go out on an adventure and camp, sort of thing. I love that, and, you know, that's close to my heart as well, because that's what I'm like. So yeah, go and subscribe to him because he's criminally undersubscribed. Go and give him some love. I even said in the video that he was getting hassled by internet trolls. Now, what sort of people do that? You know, the mind boggles, really does. There's some sick people out there, and like Rob said in his video, it says a lot more about their character than it does about his, really, doesn't it? So yeah, wherever this video gets posted, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. Go subscribe to him. Go give him some support. Go give him some, you know, moral support. He does all different types of videos. He does camping videos. He does stealth camping videos, wild camping, hiking. Go check him out. You won't be disappointed. Trust me. Not really been doing much filming because it's absolutely pitch black. It's a new moon, so there's no full moon, so it's overcast, it's misty, so there's no light at all. And there's no point in me filming because it's just me talking in a black background like I was in my last video. Learned some interesting facts about the place I was at in the last video, the Halloween video that I did, and that was from Rob as well, commenting on my video. He told me that the abandoned stately home was actually an asylum at one time, and that it had been a school for children, which makes it weird because, you know, I heard that child crying out in the woods, and I'm a skeptic, you know that. I'm an absolute skeptic when it comes to anything supernatural, that sort of stuff. You know, I've got to have the evidence and stuff like that. And the thing that was in my mind after I came back was, yeah, it was like an auditory hallucination sort of thing, and I was just hearing things in the night. It's like that condition where you see things in the dark that aren't there because your mind's trying to make sense of the darkness, so it forms images out of ordinary objects like trees. Trees look like people and stuff like that. So there's rational explanations for everything. I mean, obviously sometimes there isn't. There's like 1% that can't be explained, and that's interesting. That does need to be investigated. But as far as anything else, I'm completely sceptical. I mean, earlier I heard what sounded like tree knocks. It sounded like rocks being thrown against trees. But that could be anything. That could be branches falling and hitting the trees on the way down. You know, it could be people messing about in the woods, because this wood isn't in the sticks. It's next to a housing estate, so anybody could be in the woods messing about. I always look for the rational explanation first. I don't automatically jump to, oh, it's supernatural, it's got to be something out in the woods, you know. But yeah, right, I'll bring you back in a bit if it gets a bit lighter. We've only just had Halloween, and people are starting to put their Christmas lights up around their house. It's getting earlier and earlier every year. So my thoughts and conclusions about the nightcap hammock tent being used as a bivvy tent. I've got to be honest with you, I think it does the hammock a lot better than it does the bivvy tent, because you've literally got to slide yourself into the bivvy tent. There's no easy way of getting into it. It's clearly designed to be a hammock with a tent over the top of it, not a bivvy tent. I think they've just like said, oh yeah, you can use it as a bivvy tent, as a bit of an extra of a gimmick sort of thing. And to be honest with you, it is a gimmick, because like I said, like I pointed out in the video, if you've got one of those thick sleep pads and you put that in there, your face is literally touching the top of the tent. You've got to sleep on your side in it, and not a lot of people like sleeping on the side. I am a side sleeper, so it was all right for me. But once you're in there, you can't manoeuvre, you can't sit up. It's not a tent that you could sit and chill out in if it was absolutely chucking it down. You're just laying flat like that with your face touching the top of the tent. So, me personally, I won't be using it as in the bivvy configuration again. I'll just be using it as a hammock tent. What its main function is really is a hammock tent. So yeah, this is where I'm going to end the video, guys. Been a short and sweet one this time, but my main purpose was to go out and try the bivvy tent. And yeah, this is Dark Night Camping. Sign off. I shall see you in the next adventure.